Last, we'll see the example for purchase order release scenario. So here we have a purchase manager which will compare the code which has been sent by the various senders for that particular RFQ. And after the comparison, it will create a purchase order in the SAP system. Now, meanwhile, the director will receive the PO release request under his inbox, since the SAP system will create that purchase order and send a request to the director for releasing that particular purchase order. Then he will approve and check that PO in the SAP interactive form by Adobe. After that, he will attach the approval form in the email and then send that email again back to the SAP system. Then once it sends a notification mail, the PO will be released under the SAP and a release notification mail will be sent to that purchase manager. So here each action will be taken care of by the SAP system and a notification email will be sent to each of this action items. So this is the purchase order release scenario. So here we have seen how the workflow processes through the Adobe under an offline mode or an online mode through the SAP system with the help of a notification mail. So here we have seen about the work of Adobe Forms under workflows with the help of different modules like material management, HR, corporate and sales. Next, here we will see the interactive advantage related to the Adobe Workflows Corporate. So here we will see the Adobe Forms working with the interactive form and the non-interactive forms with the help of workflows. So here we have modules like material management, human resource, corporate and sales. So here we will cover each of them in detail. First, we'll see how to do the income tax declaration. So for that, we have depicted an income tax declaration scenario where we have a sales officer and an HR and finance manager. So first, that sales officer will submit the IT declaration form. So here if you want to submit that IT declaration form, first he will have to download that form through the company portal. So he will download that form through the company portal and offline he will fill that particular declaration form and then same been uploaded through that portal. Now once that has been uploaded to the portal, it has been verified and checked under the SAP system. Then that same IT form will be verified by the HR and finance manager, and once a document has been approved, the data will be again updated into the SAP system through the online portal. And after that, once that verification is completed, the sales officer, that is a person who has filled that form, will get a notification email. So this is how the interactive forms works under a workflow process. So this was income tax declaration scenario. Next, we'll see how to do the material master creation. So for that, we have a company where it will plan to launch a new product. So if a company plans to launch a new product, it will require to create some of the new types of material with the finished goods. So for that, this particular person, that is the initiator, he will create a new material of that type finished good for that product. Now for that particular initiator will download the material master form and it will fill that form offline and then submit that form to that particular portal. So here first he will create a new material with the type of the details required for that product. Then it will fill the form offline and then will submit the form to that portal. After that, a mail with that form as an attachment will be sent to the accountant for filling the accounting details of that material. After that, that accounting data will be filled by that particular accountant and that same will be submitted to again to the portal. Then once he will submit, a mail with that form as an attachment will be sent to the manager for the approval. Now once that attachment has been sent for approval, the SAP system will send a notification for the approval to that particular material. Then that material will be approved and then it will be created into the SAP system, and then all the participants will receive a notification mail. So this is how the material master creation scenario works through a workflow process, and a notification email will be received to each of that participants when the data will be approved through the SAP system. This was material master creation. Next we'll see how a purchase requisition works. So here there is a buyer which has the request from the production floor that they are running out of material. So if such type of request comes, then that particular buyer will download the PR form, that's the purchase requisition form, from the portal and fills that required materials in that form, and then it will submit the same to the email that has been provided as an attachment. And once that creation of that material is done, the PR gets created into the SAP system and a notification will be sent to that particular person, that is the buyer. And after that, the purchase manager will be able to view that created PR in the SAP system. So this is how the purchase requisition scenario works under an SAP system. Then we have a supplier quote management scenario where we have a purchase manager which will receive a purchase requisition when she creates a RFQ in the SAP system. Now RFQ is request for quotation. Now once that is done, the salesperson at the supplier gets that RFQ form attached to an email. Then they will enter the pricing and the delivery schedule information in that RFQ form and will send the mail to the SAP system. Now once that has been maintained against that RFQ under that SAP system, a notification mail will be sent to the purchasing manager and the supplier. So this is how the workflow process is through the supplier quote management scenario.